between the platforms floating high. Hosanna trees line walkways pink beneath the orange sun. Orison floats on prayer, Kelly Kaplan's dream begun. Cloudview Center hums with trade and tourists every day. Voyager bar serves those who came to watch the storm walls play. Strata shopping fills the habs with everything you need. Orison gentle patches those who flew at reckless speed. Orison floats on prayer, storm walls dancing golden light. Float above the prismatic clouds where Genesis takes form. Providence platform builds the ships that weather every storm. By flashes ooze until then watches from the center wide. Orison floats on prayer, Kelly Kaplan's dream takes flight. Seraph thrusters fire and sink below each platform's base. Locals call the gentle vibrations their free massage from space. Grand observatory's transparent floor reveals the deep below. Prismatic storms and passing storm walls put on quite a show. Discovery tour takes the brave to storm walls sanctuary near. 100-meter creatures drifting close enough to hear. Kaplan circuit races, PTVs when vision centers clear. Orison floats on prayer and fills the heart with awe and fear. Inspiration Park quotes Crusader Industries, his corporate dream. Chairman's Club Lounge fills with those for whom nothing's what it seems. Those are neo-imperial cuisine serves pilots between their runs. Discovery spots teach history beneath the orange suns. Orison floats on prayer, grained observatory burns bright.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system. Your insurance claim has been sent.
Kelly Kaplan's dream takes flight. 40% cheaper building ships in open air.
Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been delivered to the Philippines Visitors Again.
Saw what's there. 100 platforms woven in a breathable gold sky. Every worker wakes to clouds and storm walls drifting by. Nature brought inside through parks and gardens everywhere. Psychologists design the flow to ease the corporate care. No other city floats on prayer quite like this one does. Orison floats on prayer because it always was. Float above the prismatic clouds where corporate angels fly. Kelly Kaplan's prayer still echoes in the orange sky. No salvation needed when the storm moves grace the night. Seraph thrusters hold the dream suspended in the light. Orison floats on prayer, Kelly Kaplan's dream takes flight. Orison floats on prayer, free massage through the seraph night. Started as a Navy base above the clouds of gold. Kelly Kaplan saw the platforms and dared to make it bold. She named a floating city after prayer's ancient word. A meditative vision in the atmosphere was heard. August Dunlow spaceport marks the gateway to the sky. Skyway shuttle threads between the platforms floating high. Hosanna trees line walkways pink beneath the orange sun. Orison floats on prayer, Kelly Kaplan's dream begun. Cloudview Center hums with trade, tourists every day. Voyager bar serves those who came to watch the storm walls play. Stratus shopping fills the halves with everything you need. Orison general patches those who flew at reckless speed. Orison floats on prayer. Storm walls dance in golden light. Float above the prismatic clouds where Genesis takes form. Providence platform builds the ships that weather every storm. By five Shizu's until then watches from the center white. Orison floats on prayer. Kelly Kaplan's dream takes flight. Seraph thrusters fire and sink below each platform's base. Locals call the gentle vibrations the free massage from space. Grand observatory's transparent floor reveals the deep below. Prismatic storms and passing storm walls put on quite a show. Discovery tour takes the brave to storm walls sanctuary near. 100 creatures drifting close enough to hear. Kaplan circuit races PTVs when vision centers clear. Orison floats on prayer and fills the heart with awe and fear. Yeah. Inspiration Park holds crusader industries, corporate dream. Chairman's Club lounge fills with those for whom nothing's what it seems. Those in neo-imperial cuisine serves pilots between their runs. Discovery spirals teach history beneath the orange suns. Orison floats on prayer. Grande observatory burns bright. Float above the prismatic clouds where Genesis takes form. Providence platform builds the ships that weather every storm. By fascists until then watches from the center white. Orison floats on prayer. Kelly Kaplan's dream takes flight. 40% cheaper building ships in open air. We Navy left the lattice. Kelly Kaplan saw what's there. 100 platforms woven in a breathable gold sky. Every work awakes to clouds and storm walls drifting by. Nature brought inside through parks and gardens everywhere. Psychologists design the flow to ease the corporate care. No other city floats on prayer quite like this one does. Orison floats on prayer because it always was. Oh, float above the prismatic clouds where corporate angels fly. Kelly Kaplan's prayer still echoes in the orange sky. Oh, no salvation needed when the storm walls grace the night. Seraph dusters hold the dreams suspended in the light. Orison floats on prayer. Kelly Kaplan's dream takes flight. Orison floats on prayer. Free massage through the seraph night. Commercial district circle C car from planetary sprawl. 14 kilometers of transit brings you to the core. Like a memorial spaceport named for one who left too soon. Sean Riker's memory etched beneath the neon moon. City flash shuttles float between the towers, dancing wide. Memphis Avery sculpture soars with elegant pride. Io North Tower rising 17 floors above the maze. Area 18 hums and burns through the endless corporate haze. Blackjack security hiding 2906 to keep the peace. But Michael Callum's corruption makes the violence never cease. Dark alleys twist through zones where only danger waits. Empire Health Services patches those who test their fates. Area 18 hums and burns. Twitch Pacheco settled the score. Walk the neon plaza where the holograms ignite. Fills the contracts endlessly in store. Area 18 hums and burns. Blackjack guards the neon shore. TC at Twitch Pacheco served before the nerve damage came. Blackjack took a service and then left without the shame. Now she deals in darker markets hidden in the alleys wide, resenting every blackjack badge that passes by. A side ID falls. Apartments hold the contractors between the gigs. Million-mile-high club serves the elite, while Twitch just digs the Vic Convention Center fills with ships and corporate dreams. Area 18 homes and burns. Not everything is what it seems. Site and geoplanning shape the world that our core built. Fake factory tours hide the planet's industrial guild. Restricted areas stretch across the star below. Only handful of the air is cleared for traders flow. Area 18 hums and burns. Million-mile high knocks at your door. Walk the neon plaza where the holograms ignite. Gilo Barnes on 3 burns through every night. TD job will fill the contracts endlessly in store. Area 18 hums and burns. Blackjack guards a neon shore. Castle bus and a mass and dumpers deep all on the way. Astro Armada serves the pilots ready for the fray. Food stalls fill the alleys where the smells mix with the night. The darker corners way beyond the reach of neon light. Our apprentice surface out to anyone who pays. Independent contractors fill the idea with endless days. Sean Riker's name lives on in every ship that lands here still. Area 18 homes and burns.
Hi there! You still have an active space assignment. Please proceed to it directly. Upgrade you.
Dreams run deep. Area 18 counts the credits that the neon towers keep. No salvation past the blackjack badge that guards the shore. Twitch Pacheco watches from the alleys, wanting more. Area 18 hums and burns. Blackjack guards the neon shore. 14 kilometers of transit brings you to the car. Rack a memorial spaceport named for one who left too soon. Sean Riker's memory etched beneath the neon moon. City flash shuttles float between the towers, dancing wide. Memphis Avery sculpture soars with elegant pride. Iona Tower rising, swerving the floors above the maze. Area 18 hums and burns through the endless corporate haze. Blackjack security hiding tool 906 to keep the peace, but Michael Callum's corruption makes the violence never cease. Dark alleys twist through zones where only danger waits. Empire Health Services patches those who test their fates. Area 18 hums and burns. Twitch Pacheco settled the score. Walk the neon plaza where the holograms ignite.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Burns through every night. TDD job well fills the contracts endlessly in store.
Thank you.
Area 18 hums and burns. Blackjack guards the neon shore.
Your insurance claim has been
See
set.
a Twitch Pacheco circle for the nerve damage came. Blackjack took a service and then left without the shame. Now she deals in darker markets hidden in the alleys wide, presenting every blackjack badge that passes by her side. ID recalls the problems, all the contractors between the gigs. Million-mile-high club serves the elite while Twitch just digs. Vivid Convention Center fills with ships and corporate dreams. Area 18 hums and burns. Not everything is what it seems. The silent geoplanets shake the world at our core. Build fake factory tours out the planet's industrial guild. Restricted areas stretch across the sprawl below. Only handful of the areas clear for traders flow. Area 18 hums and burns. Million-mile high knocks at your door. Walk the neon plaza where the holograms ignite. G-Lo bar in zone 3. Burns through every night. TDD job well fills the contracts endlessly in store. Area 18 hums and burns. Blackjack guards the neon shore. Cas Harbor, Cinemas, and Dumpers Depot line the way. Astro Armada serves the pallets ready for the freight. Food stalls fill the alleys where the smells mix with the night, but darker corners wait beyond the reach of neon light. Our core rented surface out to anyone who pays. Independent contractors feel the adherence endless days. Sharka's name lives on in every ship that lands here still. Area 18 hums and burns. It always will. Walk the neon plaza where the corporate dreams run deep. Area 18 counts the credits that the neon towers keep. No salvation past the blackjack badge that guards the shore. Twitch Pacheco watches from the alleys, wanting more. Area 18 hums and burns. Blackjack guards the neon shore. Area 18 hums and burns. Sean Riker's name lives in the core.
Providing connections to all major platforms. Receiver in skill.
What started as a barracks for the workers in the dust became the planetary capital through corporate greed Central Tower rises 2.5 kilometers above the ground. The largest building Hurston built where no dissent is found. No fly zone protects the skies above this company town. Teaser spaceport guides the few who dare to touch it down. Archibald Hurston's memorial fills the central hall. Lorville casts its shadow and covers it all. Hurston wrapped in transit runs through 5 lines night and day. 6 perimeter gates let workers in and out to stay. A quality index warns of what the toxic wind brings near. Bison ready up, helmets sold for those who breathe in fear. Lorville cast its shadow. Jackson helmets tell you why. Walk the CBD where Constantine Hurston counts his trade. Cross to Workers District where the price of life is paid. Maria Pure of Hartons knows the system broke into. Lorville casts its shadow over everything you do. Lorville casts its shadow. Central Tower owns the sky. Hell 19 residences hold 60 souls in company care. Leavesden Square, the beating heart of workers breathing there. Miles A car runs its security from M&B bar. Legal ventures mixed with darker dealings near and far. Clovis Dar nearly deals in reclamation, wasting more. Shadier contracts hidden just behind the legal door. Michael Shaw fights quietly for those the system broke. Connected to Eddie Parr through every shadow's cloak. Tammany and some cells armor for the toxic walk outside. 419 production quadrant ships on every side. Transfers commodity exchange comes through the night. Hurston Dynamics counts its profits in the fading light. Lorville cast its shadow. Michael Shaw won't say goodbye. Walk the CBD where Constantine Hurston counts his trade. Cross to Workers District where the price of life is paid. Maria Pure Hartons knows the system broke into. Lorville cast its shadow over everything you do. Lorville cast its shadow. Central Tower owns the sky. The name was never changed, though the law was just a camp. Corporate records kept it as the workers kept it damp. Dystopian contrast carved between the rich and poor. Ran CBD above our workers' district, screeched the floor. Desmond Memorial hosts the expos for the elite. Chairman's Club lounge fills while workers walk the street. 6 gates mark the border of this corporate domain. Lorville cast its shadow in the toxic acid rain. Walk the CBD where Hurston counts for workers' gate. Lorville built its legacy on every nameless grave. No salvation past the walls that Hurston built so high. Central Tower watches every worker wonder why. Lorville cast its shadow. Central Tower owns the sky. Lorville cast its shadow. Workers born to live and die.
Everything good?
Yeah. Was started as a barracks for the workers in the dust. Became the planetary capital through corporate greed and trust. Central Tower rises 2.5 kilometers above the ground. the largest building Hurston built, where no dissent is found. No fly zone protects the skies above this company town. Teaser spaceport guides the few who dare to touch it down. Archibald Hurston's memorial fills the central hall. Lowville casts its shadow and covers it all. Hurston Rapid Transit runs through 5 lines night and day. 6 perimeter gates let workers in and out to stay. Your quality index warns of what the toxic wind brings near. Gas and ready up helmets sold for those who breathe in fear. Lowville casts its shadow. Giants and helmets tell you why. Walk the CBD where Constantine Hurston counts his trade. Cross to Workers District where the price of life is paid. Maria, pure of heart, tends those the system broke into. Lowville casts its shadow over everything you do. Lowville casts its shadow. Central Tower owns the sky. L19 residences hold 60 souls, and company care leaves them square. The beating heart of workers breathing there. Miles that cart runs as security from M&B bar. Legal ventures mixed with darker dealings near and far. Globus Star, needy deals and reclamation, wasting more. Shadier contracts hidden just behind the legal door. Michael Shaw fights quietly for those the system broke. Connected to Eddie Parr through every shadow's cloak. Tammany and sun cells, armor for the toxic walk outside. 419 production quad run shifts on every side. The transfers, commodity exchange homes through the night. Hurston dynamics count as profits in the fading light. Lowville casts its shadow. Michael Shaw won't say goodbye. Walk the CBD where Constantine Hurston counts his trade. Cross to Workers District where the price of life is paid. Maria, pure of heart, turns those the system broke into.
Gotta keep this path clear.
Casts its shadow over everything you do. Lowville casts its shadow. Central Tower owns the sky. The name was never changed, though the law was just a camp. Corporate records kept it as the workers kept it damp. Dystopian contrast carved between the rich
This
and
is
poor.
not a place to stop.
Above our workers, district scrapes the floor. Desmond Memorial hosts the exposed for the elite. Chairman's club lounge fills while workers walk the streets. 6 gates mark the border of this corporate domain. Lowville cast its shadow in the toxic acid rain. Walk the CBD where Hurston counts what workers gave. Lowville built its legacy on every nameless grave. No salvation past the walls that Hurston built so high. Central Tower watches every worker wonder why. Lowville casts its shadow. Central Tower owns the sky. Lowville casts its shadow. Workers born to live and die. Charles Babbage, who first dreamed the machine. New
Another shuttle will be along shortly. I ordered
Double
some Skyway
bubble
shuttle
don't
service.
protect
More
him
flights
all
means less
from
work.
frozen atmosphere. Spaceport carved into the mountain overlooks the lake. Metro loop runs Grand Line for every pilot's sake. Tech startups fill the corridors and microtech design. New Babbage never sleeps. It feeds the corporate mind. Commons built for programmers who need to think and dream. Yoga fields and climbing walls beside the plaza's gleam. Venture capitalists drink high and aspire grants. Top floor, brand worth care. Center patches those who can't take anymore. New Babbage never sleeps while his bar holds everything. Walk the neon corridors beneath the frozen dome. Factory line sells Moby glass to those who call this home. Tobin Expo center filled with ships and dreams each year. New Babbage never sleeps, and Eddie Parr is here. New Babbage never sleeps, Eddie Parr pulls every string. Eddie Parton's bar at Wally's with a knowing smile. Behind a cheerful bartender facade runs something vile. Legal ventures, illegal strings, he pulls them all with grace. Nobody in New Babbage knows the power of his place. Apparelli sells the finest fashion money buys in town. Forward farmer startups chase the lightning's ancient crown. This department's filled with engineers who came to stay. New Babbage never sleeps, but Eddie rules the day. No UE tenancy was ever given to this place. Corporate governance runs everything at microtech's pace. Population growing past what microtech can hold. Leaders debate the cap on every soul that's Bob and soul. New Babbage never sleeps. Population cap is threatening. Walk the neon corridors beneath the frozen dome. Factory line sells Moby glass to those who call this home. Tobin Expo center fills with ships and dreams each year. New Babbage never sleeps, and Eddie Parr is here. New Babbage never sleeps, Eddie Parr pulls every string. Promenade connects the commons through a glass sky bridge high. Financiers and engineers watch frozen storms roll by. Six biomes stretch beyond the domes where ice meets tundra green. Geothermal warmth reveals what microtech could have been. The robust nightlife burns through every corporate night. High pressure crunch time seized by Wally's neon light. Eddie Parr tends bar and nobody suspects a thing. New Babbage never sleeps while Eddie pulls each string. Walk the neon corridors where Magnus Tobin's dream runs deep. New Babbage counts the credits that the frozen city keeps. No salvation from the frost that built this corporate ring. Eddie Parr tends bar while pulling every string. New Babbage never sleeps, Eddie Parr pulls every string. New Babbage never sleeps, Eddie Parr controls everything.
Your vehicle has been delivered. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Charles Babbage, who first dreamed of a machine. New Babbage rose from frost to build a corporate dream. Magnus told him about the code and built his city here. Double bubble domes protecting all from frozen atmosphere. Spaceport carved into the mountain overlooks the lake. Metro loop runs grand line for every pilot's sake. Tech startups fill the corridors that microtech design. New Babbage never sleeps, it feeds the corporate mind. Commons built for programmers who need to think and dream. Yoga fields and climbing walls beside the plaza's gleam. Venture capitalists drink high and aspire grants top floor. Brent with chaos and patches those who can't take anymore. New Babbage never sleeps while his bar holds everything. Walk the neon corridors beneath the frozen dome. Factory line sells Moby glass to those who call this home. Tobin Expo Center fills with ships and dreams each year. New Babbage never sleeps, and Eddie Parr is here. New Babbage never sleeps. Eddie Parr pulls every string. Eddie Parr tends bar Wally's with a knowing smile. Behind the cheerful bartender facade runs something vile. Legal ventures, illegal strings, he pulls them all with grace. Nobody in New Babbage knows the power of his place. Apparel sells the finest fashion money buys in town. Forward farmer startups chase the Lycan's ancient crown. There's departments filled with engineers who came to stay. New Babbage never sleeps, but Eddie rules the day.
Let me.
No sanity was ever given to this place. Corporate governance runs everything in microtech's pace. Population growing past what microtech can hold. Leaders to beat the gap on every soul that's borrowing soul. New Babbage never sleeps. Population cap is threatening. Walk the neon corridors beneath the frozen dome. Factory line sells Moby glass to those who call this home. Tobin Expo Center fills with ships and dreams each year. New Babbage never sleeps, and Eddie Parr is here. New Babbage never sleeps. Eddie Parr pulls every string. Promenade connects and commons through a glass sky bridge high. Financiers and engineers watch frozen storms roll by. Six biomes stretch beyond the domes where ice meets thunder green. Geothermal warmth reveals what microtech could have been. The road was nightlife, burns through every corporate night. High pressure crunch time, seized by Wally's neon light. Eddie Parr tends bar and nobody suspects a thing. New Babbage never sleeps while Eddie pulls each string. Walk the neon corridors where Magnus Tobin's dream runs deep. New Babbage counts the credits that the frozen city keeps. No salvation from the frost that built this corporate ring. Eddie Parr tends bar while pulling every string. New Babbage never sleeps. Eddie Parr pulls every string. New Babbage never sleeps. Eddie Parr controls everything.
Mayday, mayday! Outlaws are attacking my ship!
Okay, that's who you're here to protect. Make sure they stay safe.
In 2681 they hit the Dale Township in the night. 6 3-day souls lost to Vandal's first relentless strike. No warning, no diplomacy, no reason anyone
Looks like
could
you're clear.
find.
Scan to clear targets.
A nomadic clan of hunters, leaving nothing left behind. Orion failed and Virgil burned, and Tabor lost its ground. Admiral Bishop told the Senate war was all around. Stinging glaive and scythe now haunt the next frontier. Vandal never stops, and sworn enemies draws near. Each clan runs solo under one chieftain's iron rule. No species-wide command, just hunter, prey, and tool. Suicide doctrine keeps their secrets from our hands. Scuttled ships before capture, that's how every clan stands. Vandal never stops, Stinger haunts the Virgil gates. Investigate the QV stations under Vandal siege. Intersect defense solutions, hunts beneath each ridge. Scythe and blade patrol the blessings frozen dark. Operation Sworn Enemies leaves its burning mark. Vandal never stops. Operation Sworn Enemies awaits. Dr. Arlo Gelly snapped the grips on captured hull. Clan Cari born from studying the Vandals' lethal pull. Luminescence kin that ships with every mood they feel. A species still a mystery behind the brutal zeal. Logan Jovic follows where the Onyx Trail began. Vandal tech and bodies flowing through a smuggler's plan. Intersect defense solutions hunts the hidden source. Vandal never stops, it holds its brutal course. QV stations burning where the Vandal made their mark. 7 mission stages deep inside the frozen dark. Lieutenant's body holds the access card we need. Logan Jorit's investigation follows every lead. Vandal never stops. Logan Jorit seals their fates. Investigate the QV stations under Vandal siege. Intersect defense solutions, hunts beneath each ridge. Scythe and blade patrol the glaciers frozen dark. Operation Sworn Enemies leaves its burning mark. Vandal never stops. Operation Sworn Enemies awaits.
Not picking up any hostile activity.
Trade with some Versailles
Give you all
keeps its
clear.
careful distance wide. No diplomacy has ever turned a Vandal's lethal tide. Kingship arrives and systems fall before its ancient power. Harvesting the planets in the most catastrophic hour. Orion surface part with any matter from above. Tibber and Caliber lost to everything they shove. Minx feels the pressure as the rates grow every year.
Alright, not seeing any
Vandal
more
never
hostiles.
stops.
I think you're in the clear.
Sworn enemies draws near. Investigate the stations where the Vandal left their dead. Logan Jorit follows every smuggler's hidden thread. No salvation past the Virgil. Jump points, killing zone. Operation Sworn Enemies hunts the dark alone. Vandal never stops. Operation Sworn Enemies awaits. Vandal never stops.
look back down now.
In 2681, they hit the Dill Township in the night. 6 through to 8 souls lost to Vandal's first relentless strike. No warning, no diplomacy, no reason anyone could find. A nomadic clan of hunters leaving nothing left behind. Orion fell and Virgil burned, then Tabor lost its ground. Admiral Bishop told the Senate war was all around. Stinger, glaive and scythe now haunt the next frontier.
Any hostile
Vandal
activity?
never stops,
Give you the all clear.
and sworn enemies draws near. Each clan runs solo under one chieftain's iron rule. No species-wide command, just hunter, prey, and tool. Suicide doctrine keeps their secrets from our hands. Scuttle chips before capture, that's how every clan stands. Vandal never stops, Stinger haunts the Virgil gates.
Hey, you're doing good.
Investigate the QV stations under Vandal siege. Intersect defense solutions hunts beneath each ridge. Scythe and blade patrol the glaciers frozen dark. Operation Sworn Enemies leaves its burning mark. Vandal never stops. Operation Sworn Enemies awaits.
I'm heading out. Take care.
Dr.
Hey, this is
Arlo
Baltimore,
Gellis mapped the glyphs
One
on
Fox
captured
finds ship in trouble
clan
and they need
beard,
security
born from
support.
study in the Vandals' lethal pull. Luminescent skin that shifts with every move they feel.
Sorry.
A species still a mystery behind their brutal zeal. Logan Joy follows where the honest trail began. Vandal dead and bodies flowing through a smuggler's plan. And a sect defense solutions hunts the hidden source. Vandal never stops, it holds its brutal course. QV stations burning where the Vandal made the mark. 7 mission stages deep inside the frozen dark. Lieutenant's body holds the access card we need. Logan Jorrit's investigation follows every lead. Vandal never stops. Logan Jorrit seals their fate. Investigate the QV stations under Vandal siege. Intersect defense solutions hunts beneath each ridge. Scythe and blade patrol the glaciers frozen dark. Operation Sworn Enemies leaves its burning mark. Vandal never stops. Operation Sworn Enemies awaits. Bond will trade with some, but Zion keeps us careful. Distance wide, no diplomacy has ever turned the Vandals' lethal tide. Kingship arrives and systems fall before its ancient power. Harvesting the planets in their most catastrophic hour. Orion circles bomb with antimatter from above. Tower and Caliban lost to everything they shove. Nyx feels the pressure as the raids grow every year. Vandal never stops, and sworn enemies draws near. Investigate the stations where the Vandal left their dead. Logan Jorrit follows every smuggler's hidden threat. No salvation past the Virgil jump points, killing. Yeah. In 2681 they hit the Dale Township in the night. 6 through to 8 souls lost to Vandal's first relentless strike. No warning, no diplomacy, no reason anyone could find. A nomadic clan of hunters leaving nothing left behind. Orion fell and Virgil burned, then Tabor lost its ground. Admiral Bishop told the Senate war was all around. Stinger, glaive and scythe now haunt the next frontier. Vandal never stops, and sworn enemies draws near. Each clan runs solo under one chieftain's iron rule. No species-wide command, just hunter, prey, and tool. Suicide doctrine keeps their secrets from our hands. Scuttle chips before capture, that's how every clan stands. Vandal never stops, Stinger haunts the Virgil gates. Investigate the QV stations under Vandal siege. Intersect defense solutions hunts beneath each ridge. Scythe and blade patrol the glaciers frozen dark. Operation Sworn Enemies leaves its burning mark. Vandal never stops. Operation Sworn Enemies awaits. Dr. Arlo Gellis mapped the glyphs on captured hull. Clan theory born from studying the Vandals' lethal pull. Luminescent skin that shifts with every mood they feel. A species still a mystery behind their brutal zeal. Logan Joy follows where the honest trail began. Vandal deck and bodies flowing through a smuggler's plan. And a sect defense solutions haunts the hidden source. Vandal never stops, it holds its brutal course. QV stations burning where the Vandal made the mark. 7 mission stages deep inside the frozen dark. Lieutenant's body holds the access card we need. Logan Jorrit's investigation follows every lead. Vandal never stops. Logan Jorrit seals their fates. Investigate the QV stations under Vandal siege. Intersect defense solutions hunts beneath each ridge. Scythe and blade patrol the glaciers frozen dark. Operation Sworn Enemies leaves its burning mark. Vandal never stops. Operation Sworn Enemies awaits. Banu trade with some, but Zion keeps us careful. Distance wide, no diplomacy has ever turned the Vandals' lethal tide. Kingship arrives and systems fall before its ancient power. Harvesting the planets in their most catastrophic hour. Orion surface bomb with antimatter from above. Tabor and Caliban lost to everything they shoved. Nyx feels the pressure as the raids grow every year. Vandal never stops, and sworn enemies draws near. Investigate the stations where the Vandal left their dead. Logan Jorrit follows every smuggler's hidden threat. No salvation past the Virgil jump points, killing zone. Operation Sworn Enemies hunts the dark alone. Vandal never stops. Operation Sworn Enemies awaits. Vandal never stops. 2655, when Mrs. Grip gone too far. Political refugees fled darkness to a distant star. Delamar's asteroid deep within the Glatcham ring. An abandoned mining hollow where the free could sing. They named it Levski after Earth's old revolutionary flame. Basil, who had dreamed of freedom, here they built the same. Glasham's rocks concealed them from the Empire's searching eye. Levski never bowed beneath the dark Nick sky. 6 rules carved in stone above the airlock's wide. Even if you disagree, respect our right to life inside. Mercy Hospital tends the wounded in the deep. Cafe Mule serves those whose revolutionary spirit's key. Levski never bowed. Basil's dream became a shrine. Walk the halls where rebels carved their freedom from the stone. Anthony Tanaka's monument stands proud and never alone. Conscientious object sales what corporate worlds forbid. People's Alliance holds the line for everything they did. Levski never bowed. People's Alliance holds the line. Over years a criminal element found its way inside. The welcoming alliance couldn't always stem the tide. Teachers, courtiers on the halls where politics once ruled. Free thinkers mixing awkwardly with those who can't be fooled. Moraine neighbors sit too close and push too hard to join. People's Alliance holds its ground on every flip of coin. The UE relationships, they complicated every day. Levski never bowed, never looked away. Banderas grow bolder near the Virgil jump point zone. People's Alliance standing guard but standing more alone. Operation Sworn enemies haunts abandoned station halls. Revolutionary spirit tested as the darkness calls.
Anyone has seen a green and black carryall?
Moraine crosses every sign. Walk the halls where rebels carve their freedom from the stone. Anthony Tanaka's monument stands proud and never alone. Conscientious object sells what corporate worlds forbid. People's Alliance holds the line for everything they did. Levski never bowed. People's Alliance holds the line. We're dedicated to the creation of an egalitarian community where all sentients may feel safe, expressing opportunity. Black market goods exist beside the altruistic dream. Nothing in the People's Alliance is quite what it might seem.
Ready to get your carrot quicker?
Outlaw bases out in Giga built beyond the ring. Criminal strongholds built on what the darkness chose to bring. Yet still the monument of Tanaka stands above it all.
Whether it's a simple case of the sniffles, or
Levski
something more
never
serious,
bowed.
getting the right treatment.
Never chose to fall. Walk the halls where Vassal's spirit lives in asteroid stone. People's Alliance holds its ground, it never stands alone. No salvation needed when the dream was always free. Levski holds the line for everyone who dares to be. Levski never bowed. People's Alliance holds the line. Levski never bowed. People's Alliance by design. 2655, when Mrs. Grip had gone too far. Political refugees fled darkness to a distant star. Delamar's asteroid, deep within the glacium ring, an abandoned mining hollow where the free could sing. They named it Levski after Earth's old revolutionary flame. Basil, who had dreamed of freedom, here they built the same. Glacium's rocks concealed them from the empire searching eye. Levski never bowed beneath the dark nick sky. 6 rules carved in stone above the airlocks wide. Even if you disagree, respect our right to life inside. Mercy Hospital tends the wounded in the deep. Cafe Muse serves those whose revolutionary spirits keep. Levski never bowed. Basil's dream became a shrine. Walk the halls where rebels carved their freedom from the stone. Anthony Tanaka's monument stands proud and never alone. Conscientious object sells what corporate worlds forbid. People's Alliance holds the line for everything they did. Levski never
Welcome
bowed.
to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval
People's
System.
Alliance holds the line. Over years, a criminal element found its way inside.
Your insurance
The
claim has been
welcoming
sent.
alliance couldn't always stem the tide. Teachers' courties line the halls where politics once ruled. Free thinkers mixing awkwardly
Your insurance
with those
claim
who
has
can't
been
be
sent.
fooled. Moraine neighbors sit too close and push too hard to join. People's Alliance holds its ground on every flip of coin. The UE relationship stays complicated every day. Levski never
Your insurance
bowed
claim
and
has been
never
sent.
looked
Thank you.
away. Vandal rays grow bolder near the virtual jump point zone. People's Alliance standing guard, but standing more alone.
Please visit us again.
Operation Sworn Enemies hunts abandoned station halls. Revolutionary spirit tested as the darkness calls. Levski never bowed. Moraine crosses every sign. Walk the halls where rebels carve their freedom from the stone. Anthony Tanaka's monument stands proud and never alone. Conscientious object sells what corporate worlds forbid. People's Alliance holds the line for everything they did. Levski never bowed. People's Alliance holds the line. We are dedicated to the creation of an egalitarian community where all sentients may feel safe, expressing opportunity. Black market goods exist beside the altruistic dream. Nothing in the People's Alliance is quite what it might seem. Outlaw bases hiding Giga built beyond the ring. Criminal strongholds built on what the darkness chose to bring. It's still the monument of Tanaka stands above it all. Levski never bowed and never chose to fall. Walk the halls where Basil's spirit lives in asteroid stone. People's Alliance holds its ground. It never stands alone. No salvation needed when the dream was always free. Levski holds the line for everyone who dares to be. People's Alliance by design. In 2582, when Carla Larry found the dark, a solo nav jumper left the Berman system's mark. Named for the goddess of the night in ancient Greek. Nyx hid in darkness what the corporations couldn't see. A dark nebula borders where the system turns. Glacium ring circles where the asteroid field burns. Nyx are stripped and Colas waits for Genesis to try. Nyx hides in darkness beneath a lightless sky. Nyx too chokes in acid clouds too thick to clear. Nyx stirring ice giant turning cold throughout the year. Kiga built lies silent at the system's frozen end. QV service stations mark with smugglers round the bend. Nyx hides in darkness. Glacium holds the ships from sight. Explore the dark beyond the nebulous black veil. Nyx turns to silence where the corporate empires fail. Genesis terraforming dares what others left undone. Nyx hides in darkness, far beyond the reach of sun. Nyx hides in darkness, terraforming fights the ancient night. The People's Alliance made this darkness home in 2655. Political refugees who kept their revolutionary drive. Left ski car from Delamar beneath the asteroid stone. A haven for the rebels who refuse to live alone. Vandu ships now haunt the Virgil jump point edge. Stinger glaive inside patrol the darkness pledge. Operations for enemies haunts abandoned station home. These hides in darkness as Vandu Tech recalls. No UE flag protects this dark frontier. People's Alliance rules, but Vandu draws near. Every pilot wants to steer from Virgil's dangerous zone. The raids grow bolder, Nyx cannot fight alone. Nyx hides in darkness. Vandu cuts the Virgil light. Explore the dark beyond the nebulous black veil. Nyx turns in silence where the corporate empires fail. Genesis terraforming dares what others left undone. Nyx hides in darkness, far beyond the reach of sun. Nyx hides in darkness, terraforming fights the ancient night. Experimental technology attacks what seemed undone. Genesis terraforming battles what the empire shunned. Nyx's atmosphere slowly starts to clear. A colorless world that dared to persevere. Meanwhile, Vandu raids grow closer every day. The Kiga belt hides criminals along the way. Dark nebula watches over everything below. Nyx hides in darkness. In the only
Welcome
home
to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Explore the dark beyond the nebula's endless
Your insurance
wall.
claim has been sent.
Waiting for the final call. No salvation
Thank
promised
you.
when the Vandal raids ignite. Genesis keeps working through the ancient frozen night. Nyx hides in darkness, terraforming fire.
selected. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
In 2082, when Carla Larry found the dark, a solo nav jumper left the Bremen Systems mark, named for the goddess of the night in ancient Greek. Nyx hid in darkness what the corporations couldn't see. A dark nebula board is where the system turns, glashing in circles where the asteroid field burns. Nyx, our stricken cordless, waits for Genesis to try. Nyx hides in darkness beneath the lightless sky. Nyx, two chokes in acid clouds, too thick to clear. Nyx, stirring ice, giant turning cold throughout the year. Keegan belt lies silent, the system's frozen in. QV service stations mark with smugglers round the bend. Nyx hides in darkness, Glatchin holds the ships from sight. Explore the dark beyond the nebulous black veil. Nyx turns in silence where the corporate empires fail. Genesis terraforming, there's no others left undone. Nyx hides in darkness, far beyond the reach of the sun. Nyx hides in darkness, terraforming fights the ancient night. The People's Alliance made this darkness home in 2655. Political refugees who kept their revolutionary drive. Levski car from Delamar beneath the asteroid stone, a haven for the rebels who refuse to live alone. Vandu ships now hunt the Virgil, jump point 8 edge, Stinger, Glaive, and Scythe patrol the darkness pledge. Operation Sworn, enemies hunts, abandoned station halls. Nyx hides in darkness as Vandal tech recalls. No UE flag protects this dark frontier. People's Alliance rules, but Vandal draws near. Every pilot born to steer from Virgil's dangerous zone. The raids grow bolder. Nyx cannot fight alone. Nyx hides in darkness. Vandal cuts the Virgil light. Explore the dark beyond the nebulous black veil. Nyx turns in silence where the corporate empires fail. Genesis terraforming, there's what others left undone. Nyx hides in darkness, far beyond the reach of the sun. Nyx hides in darkness, terraforming fights the ancient night. Experimental technology attacks what seemed undone. Genesis terraforming battles what the empire shunned. Nyx's atmosphere slowly starts to clear. A chorus world that dared to persevere. Meanwhile, Vandal raids grow closer every day. The Giga Belt hides criminals along the way. Dark nebula watches over everything below. Nyx hides in darkness, in the only home they know. Explore the dark beyond the nebula's endless wall. Nyx turns in silence, waiting for the final call. No salvation promised when the Vandal raids ignite. Genesis keeps working through the ancient frozen night. Nyx hides in darkness, terraforming fights the ancient night. Nyx hides in darkness. Genesis won't give up the fight.
All channels! I'm under attack! Please, if you hear this, help me!
Stands human space, a binary voice appeared. Hello, human neighbor, the first alien ever heard. No face to meet, no hand to shake, nobody in the room. 3 asteroid stations holding treasures in the gloom. Dassy station waits near Hurston's toxic haze. Cello hangs near yellow through the asteroid maze. Kinga floats near Microtech in frozen grace. Wicklow never shows his face, yet fills every space. No credits change hands in Wicklow's ancient way. Buy new culture trades and favors every day. Bring investor water, copy and horn and more. His warehouse holds the treasures that the humans adore. Wicklow never shows his face. Buy new favors freely paid. Trade your cargo for the favor. Wicklow keeps in store. Grade A components.
You've got to keep them off us so we can work.
The Emporium door. 3 stations scattered through the human corporate night. Wicklow never shows his face, but leaves his mark in sight. Wicklow never shows his face. 3 stations hold his trade. First non-human NPC to walk the human.
We're taking too much damage. We can't work like this.
Better not the worst. Reputation grows with every contract brought to close. New missions a lot deeper as your standing grows. Ships with special loadouts fill this glamorous bazaar. Armor, weapons, components gathered near and far. His emporium glows with treasures on display. Wicklow never shows his face, but never goes away. Freight elevators carry what the contracts ask. Every turning point completes another task. New the system first before the deeper trace begin. Wicklow's ancient byways pull every pilot in. Wicklow never shows his face. Dassy, Cello, King delay. Trade your cargo for the favors. Wicklow keeps in store. Grade A components waiting past the Emporium door. 3 stations scattered through the human corporate night. Wicklow never shows his face, but leaves his mark in sight. Wicklow never shows his face. 3 stations hold his trade. The bottom of humanity before the stars were charted wide. Traders born from culture where the dealers warm with pride. Solely system home to those who barter, buy and sell. Wicklow brought that ancient way to Stanton's corporate spell. His warehouse holds what credits cannot buy your own. Grade A rewards for those who earn the favor shown. 3 asteroid bases humming in the human night. Wicklow never shows his face, but fills the verse with light. Trade your cargo where the final treasures glow. Wicklow counts the favors the humans owe. No salvation needed when the Emporium parade begins. Wicklow's ancient trade still beats where human commerce wins. Wicklow stations hold his trade. Never shows his face. Warehouse treasures on parade.
Security, please come to storage room 3 right now. Security, storage room 3.
Feeling better? What better way to celebrate than with a frosty hydro frost from Kills?
Stands human space, a brand new voice appeared. Hello, human neighbor, the first alien ever heard. No face to meet, no hand to shake, nobody in the room. 3 asteroid stations holding treasures in the gloom. Darcy station waits near Hurston's toxic cage. Cello hangs near Yellow through the asteroid maze. King of floats near Michael Tech and Frozen Grace. Wicklow never shows his face, it fills every space. No credits change hands on Wicklow's ancient way. Buy new culture, trades and favors every day. Bring them Bristol water, copium, horn and more. His warehouse holds the treasures that the humans adore. Wicklow never shows his face. Buy new favors, freely paid. Trade your cargo for the favor. Wicklow keeps in store.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Waiting past the Emporium door. 3 stations scattered through the Union corporate night. Wicklow never shows his face, believes his mark inside.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Wicklow never
Thank you.
shows his face. 3 stations hold his trade.
Vehicle selected. Stamp. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
First non-human NPC to walk the human verse. His presence felt in every station, better not the worst. Reputation grows with every contract brought close. New missions unlock deeper as your standing grows. Ships with special loadout fill his glamorous bazaar. Armor, weapons, components gathered near and far. His emporium glows with treasures on display. Wicklow never shows his face, but never goes away. Freight elevators carry what the contracts ask. Every turning point completes another task. Move the system first before the deeper trades begin. Wicklow's ancient final ways for every pilot. Wicklow never shows his face. Darcy settle king of late. Trade your cargo for the favors. Wicklow keeps in store. Grade A components waiting past the Emporium door. 3 stations scattered through the human corporate night. Wicklow never shows his face, but believes his mark inside. Wicklow never shows his face. 3 stations hold his trade. The bottom of humanity before the stars are charted by traders. Monoculture where the deal is one. Pride, solely system home to those who bought or buy and sell. Wicklow brought that ancient way to Stanton's corporate spell. His warehouse holds no credits, cannot buy or own. Grade A reward for those who earn the favor shown. 3 asteroid bases haunting the human night. Wicklow never shows his face, but fills the verse with light. Trade your cargo, but fills the verse with light. Trade your cargo where the final treasures glow. Wicklow counts the favors that the humans own. No salvation needed when the Emporium parade begins. Wicklow's ancient trade still beats where human commerce wins. Wicklow never shows his face. 3 stations hold his trade. Wicklow never shows his face. Warehouse treasures on parade. 2865 when Magda Hurston claimed this world. An aristocratic dynasty's ambition was unfurled. Indigenous life replaced by factory smoke and flame. Every living creature lost to Hurston's corporate game. Central Tower rises where the wilderness once stood. Strip mining carved through every vein of stone and wood. Aerial circles scarred above the polluted shore. Hurston Dynamics owns and always asked for more. Lowville's walls rise higher than the ships that dare to land. Teaser spaceport guides the workers following command. Mass transit runs through corridors of corporate gray. Yeah, long contracts sign another worker's life away. Hurston Dynamics owns Magda built her family shrine. Explore the dying world where industry consumed the ground. Lowville hums with workers' lives and factory sound. Aberdeen holds pleasure where the fallen go to pay. Hurston Dynamics counts the cost of every working day. Hurston Dynamics owns every soul that signs the line. No UE Senate seat was ever claimed by Hurston's name. Corruption fears kept politicians clear of Magda's game. Antimatter precursors fill the ships that leave the ground. Munitions traded endlessly without a protest sound. Magnum on Gorbit scarred beyond the factory haze. It turns in toxic silence through the polluted days. Few choose to resign when the first contract ends. Hurston Dynamics owns a world that never ends. Polluted coast 2865, when Magda Hurston claimed this world, an aristocratic dynasty's ambition was unfurled. Indigenous life replaced by factory smoke and flame. Every living creature lost to Hurston's corporate game. Central Tower rises where the wilderness once stood. Strip mining carved through every vein of stone and wood. Aerial circles scarred above the polluted shore. Hurston Dynamics owns and always asked for more. Loville's walls rise higher than the ships that dare to land. Teaser spaceport guides the workers following command. Mass transit runs through corridors of corporate grade. Year-long contracts sign another worker's life away. Hurston Dynamics owns. Magda built her family shrine. Explore the dying world where industry consumed the ground. Loville hums with workers' lives in factory sound. Aberdeen holds Clesher where the fallen go to pay. Hurston Dynamics counts the cost of every working day. Hurston Dynamics owns every soul that signs the line. No U.S. Senate seat was ever claimed by Hurston's name. Corruption fears kept politicians clear of Magda's game. Antimatter precursors fill the ships that leave the ground. Munitions traded endlessly without a protest sound. Magda moaned orbit scarred beyond the factory haze. Heater turns in toxic silence through the polluted days. Few choose to resign Above the toxic skies where Loville chokes in dust and flame. Everest harbor floats above the corporate blame. Magda Hurston bought this world in 2865. An aristocratic dynasty that bleeds the planet dry. Central Tower watches over every numbered soul. Strip mine and carved out Hurston's every vein and hole. Arrow circle scarred above the polluted shore. Everest harbor floats, but Hurston always asks for more. 6 hangars hold the capital ships, too large to land, 8 landing pads for traders dealing contraband. In a stellar transport guild runs every car line. Hurston Dynamics weapons fill the cargo every time. Everest harbor floats. Magda Hurston's weapons for the show. Float above the toxic world where workers sign their lives. Everest harbor counts the trade that Hurston Dynamics drives. Magnum on surface far beyond the factory haze. Heat it turns in silence through the polluted days. Everest harbor floats while Hurston bleeds the world below.
How about some help over here?
Dynamics built their empire on the dead. Indigenous life replaced by factory smoke instead. Central Tower rises where the wilderness once stood. Aristocratic profit car from every vein and warship. Reynolds awful pilots quick escape from Loville's grip. Galleria shots for those who need to stop before the trip. No horizon left on Hurston that isn't smoking fire. Everest harbor floats above the corporate fire. Float above the toxic world where Hurston counts the dead. Everest harbor trades in everything the dynasty bled. No salvation past the strip mines where the workers tore below. Aberdeen knows the ones who couldn't take the corporate flow. Everest harbor floats while Hurston bleeds the world below. Everest harbor floats where Aberdeen's prisoners lie low. Above the toxic skies where Loville chokes in dust and flame. Everest harbor floats above the corporate blame. Magda Hurston bought this world in 2865, an aristocratic dynasty that bleeds the planet dry. Central Tower watches over every numbered soul. Strip mine and carved out Hurston's every vein and hole. Aerial circle scarred above the polluted shore. Everest harbor floats, while Hurston always asked for more. 6 hangars hold the cap